Cheryl Addington is a 51-year-old grandmother who has no money, no car, no home. 23-year-old Shay Wolf, a high school honor roll student who went to college on a scholarship, comes from a wealthy family. Despite their different backgrounds, they both share something very dark and very personal. They both found themselves behind bars after falling into the chaotic world of methamphetamine addiction.
I started using meth probably about 8 years ago. I used it to try to lose weight. Then when I came back to Oklahoma, I've probably been doing meth off and on pretty heavy for about the last 6 years. Really major heavy the last year.
Cheryl spent 3 months in jail on a burglary charge that was later reduced to breaking and entering. Shay is now paying a much bigger price.
For the year and a half that I was using or actively using, it's going to cost me 10 years of my life. The year and a half that I was using is now the 2 years that I've been waiting since I've been caught, the 5 years that I've been sentenced to prison, and the 3 years of paper that I'll have once I get out is a total of 10 years for a year and a half.
Shay says she didn't realize it then, but her arrest was when she hit rock bottom. Cheryl says losing her freedom was also her wake-up call. She detoxed from meth while in jail.
When the drug got out of my system and I came home and I seen my granddaughter and realized that I was away from them and my family for so long.
Even though she lived just 15 minutes away from family, Cheryl hadn't seen them in 4 years. She was hiding in her own world of meth addiction. After she got out of jail, she planned to go straight into rehab, but that didn't happen. The documentary Crystal Darkness aired on OETA and commercial stations around the state while Cheryl was still behind bars.
Whenever I was 8 years old, the guy that she was with at that time, he was a nice guy. He seemed to love me and my brother, but after my mom got locked up, he started molesting me.
Those addicted to meth and who were wanting to get treatment were asked to call a 211 hotline. Phone banks across the state were set up to handle the calls.
And that night we received over 1,000 calls, or close to 1,000 calls, just that evening, of folks looking for answers, information, treatment, and help.
Tracy Johnston was watching Crystal Darkness on that January evening it aired. She is Cheryl's cousin. Tracy came to Cheryl's rescue after her release from jail. She helped keep Cheryl away from using again and sought the help offered by Crystal Darkness.
I started with the 211 phone number from Crystal Darkness the day after it aired. And basically what they do is give you more phone numbers to treatment centers that are in your county. You call those and they give you more phone numbers to call. So you're spending most of your time on the phone collecting phone numbers from people. If you happen to get on a list for when a bed is available, which could be 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, the person that is seeking treatment has to be the one that calls. And they have to call on a weekly basis to see if they have room or not. If they don't, then they'll tell you to call back in a week. This could be ongoing for 6 months. They're getting rejected on a weekly basis. And after a while, to me, it just seems like they're going to go back to the drug because the drug isn't going to reject them. It's going to accept them.
I told TERRI White, who is the State Commissioner of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, about Cheryl's story. She tried for many weeks and was told she would be on a waiting list for up to 6 months trying to get treatment. Does that surprise you?
I wish I could tell you that it did. Unfortunately, in Oklahoma, on any given day, we have a statewide waiting list of 600 to 900 Oklahomans who've asked for substance abuse treatment, residential substance abuse treatment, and there's not a bed available. All the beds are full. When I say 600 to 900 Oklahomans, that's adolescents, that's pregnant women, that's adult men and women, maybe trying to take care of their families and maintain their jobs, seeking help, but we don't have enough resources to meet the need in the state of Oklahoma. There is a huge gap.
Cheryl finally did get the help she needed at the Oaks Residential Treatment Facility in McAllister. This week, you will hear about Cheryl's road to recovery, as well as the recovery path of Shay Wolf, who is now serving federal prison time in Texas. For the Oklahoma News Report, I'm Liz Exon.
And you collect so much stuff because you start over, from the very beginning when you go to